All right, so it is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I forgot what day it was. It's Thursday today. Today's workout tonight, afternoon, will be incline bench and triceps. The goal today for incline, I want to see if I could do my power lifting routine, sets of 5 after my warm up of 135 and 225. Just so I could get more strength. I used to be able to do 315 for 3 reps with the incline, but then I started cutting, and the strength goes with that. So I'm trying to re-bulk up, doing my powerlifting routine, power building routine, whatever we want to call it. So it should be interesting trying to see the strength gains, because some days after work, like I work, I work in steel, so I'm lifting shit constantly here, because I'm the only one who can actually lift anything. But yeah, so that's the goal, is to be able to eventually be repping 315 in those 3 positions of incline, decline, and standard for reps. I was able to before I got injured in my adductor. So about the adductor tear, when I was doing a 4 or 5 pound squat, wearing these stupid ass boots, the heel on my right side was worn down. So on the downturn, so I'm like this, my leg pivoted out like this, and all that tension of the 4 or 5 went right here. Basically, my adductor went. So that was a setback. But the funny part was I walked away from that and continued my workout. Didn't even really stop working out after that. Didn't do legs for a while, just did deadlifts. So same thing with my back. When my discs compressed on finally on July 4th of 2023, I was down for like that day. Went back to the gym like the next day or whatever. Yeah, I'm crazy. Like, I worked through my injuries. Like, the doctors are like, "Oh, you shouldn't," like, watch me. Nothing like just taking some BCP 157, BPC 157 for the injury on my adductor. For my back injury, I just went to the chiropractor and was good to go. So, yeah, we're gonna see where I could take this whole fitness thing. The goal ideally is to step on stage eventually at one point, but I am nowhere near ready, nowhere near the size I want to be. It's definitely going to be open. Years ago, when I was 153 pounds, 160 pounds lean, I probably would have been able to get a coach and do a classic physique, do a natural bodybuilding show. But I mean, nothing against natties, but it's like I reached my peak strength in my late 20s. That's when I first hit 315, probably at like 25. And anything after that, like I think, I forgot what year it was. I hit 405 probably, I want to say 2023. So after that, like, I started to taking the pro hormones and the SARMs and all that fun shit, which technically you can still consider yourself natty. Like, most of the influencers, they'll claim natty, but we all know that there's ways to manipulate blood tests or piss tests. Blood tests might be a little bit tricky because you have to be clean for X, but there are also ways to lower your test taking SARMs. Like, a lot of people don't really realize you take your AD 140, it kind of suppresses your test. It mimics test, but it suppresses your natural test. But there's also other supplements you could take that will, make it seem that you're natural, but you're not. I'm not going to go into those, but there are ways to fool the system. And again, like, a lot of the times it's all politics in those competition in those meets. So you got to also figure out who they want to win, who's like, especially with the social media aspect now. in bodybuilding or in anything. It's like, oh, you have a good social media presence and you go to compete. All these other, you know, brands, supplement companies, workout apparel, they'll be like, oh, we want so-and-so to win. We're going to let them sponsor us. That way, you know, it's all about the money in the end, unfortunately. It's not like, you know, the golden era or the bronze era, as they call it, pre-Arnold, where everything was natural and people actually fucking were, you know, consistent diet and, you know, the 1% physiques. But, you know, it is what it is. The industry is changing. It's now a lot of PEDs, but like, it's not knocking the hard work that goes into maintaining and building on the size. A lot of people think you could hop on a fucking cycle and you'll look like Ronnie, you'll look like Arnold, you'll look like Jay. That is far, far from the truth. If that was the case, every Joe Schmo at the gym you see on gear would be, you know, 300 pounds lean, and they're not. Because it comes down to diet, and that's the thing too. It's like a lot of people, you know, they're like, oh, let me, you know, I'm taking this, this, and this, but I'm not seeing the results. Well, are you eating? What's your actual routine? Are you, you know, are you putting in, as because this is, I'll go into that in another thing, but again, to put on size, you have to take into account your average daily intake and basically say, okay, 2,000 calories are maintenance calories. Now you just broke even. Now you have to tap over and overfill the tank in order to build. So say if you're working a blue collar job and you're burning 5,000 calories a day just from work, and then you go to the gym afterwards, you know, you have your little meals during the day, so it kind of balances out. Okay, now you're at maintenance level. So now when you go to the gym and you do that, now you're in a negative caloric deficit, and now you have to even eat more. So it's about what you put in is what you get out. And a lot of people understand that, but they're not able to incorporate it for various reasons. Either they can't handle that much intake of food, or they just, you know, financially can't afford the actual food, or they eat like shit, which again, it's like, it varies on people's genetics. Because like my one friend, Zach, dude eats like a freaking, like, an endless pit. Hasn't put on a pound at all. He's one of those fast metabolism lucky motherfuckers. He's always gonna be like 150 pounds soaking wet. He's not fucking weak, but he's not fucking, like, he can't ever put on size. So it also goes down to figuring out a way out how to tweak, you know, your body to do what it wants. And to do that, you always have to talk to doctors, and if you know, just so you do it safely, because no one wants to, you know, do something and then have the effects of, oh shit, I just, you know, took this supplement because this influencer told me to take it to put on size. An example, MK667. It's like, oh, it's supposed to make you hungrier and put on size. Yeah, but there's also fucking side effects. Not as much on it, but still, you don't want to be taking something that's going to ramp up your metabolism, then you're not able to keep it up, and then you're going to feel fatigued, you're going to feel like shit. Also, you know, you have to take into account liver toxicity, and all of your internal organs are, you know, able to handle the shit you're putting in. Well, this video is like longer than I wanted it to be, but anyway, everyone, I hope you have a great Thursday.